that Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. You ready? Guess who just spent a whole 23 minutes recording an episode, only to find out my audio was all jammed up. It got jammed up. If you didn't get the message, now I'm playing with y'all. Listen now, so I'm back once again. We're going to get back right into the show. It's all good. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to shed no tears. You understand me? Welcome to Six Paths TV. My name is Six Paths Dice. I'm going to say once again, if you here, you already up, all right? It's the winner's circle. In regards to, you are here if you tired of losing. I'm tired of losing, all right? I want to learn from my mistakes, all right? I want to level all the way up, right? And again, if you here right now, that means you up. Shout out to you. I'm proud of you. You understand me? And also, you know what else?
If you love me,
let me get your body. I'm joking. Anyway, my name is Six Paths Dice, Mr. Lane. If you need me, don't worry, don't mind me. I'm just a man who gave himself mad jobs, and one of my jobs is to help you improve your relationships to people, places, and things. Yeah, I'm gonna support you on your spiritual walk, no matter what that is. Pardon me. Because everything is a spiritual journey. You understand? You can't make good long-term decisions without good faith. You understand? When I'm also here to solve one of the greatest issues that plague us today in our society: bitch-assness and lack of maturity. So I'm here to help y'all grow the fuck up, and I'm also here to help y'all stop being a bitch. Sorry, I know that's vulgar, but it's an issue. Man. Anyway, listen. Let's get into it. Get into the show, man. Get into the show, man. Fuck, listen, I'm gonna start the shit exactly how I had it before. Fuck it. You know what I mean? We're gonna start with weapons real quick. What weapons at? Yeah. What? Yeah. Bounce. Young Romy Rom says hold the butter. Paint this picture in the warmest color. Fuck the clothes, I make paint look good. In my grandma's house, same number, same hood. Love someone to make them hate you the most. Had to get ghosts with duty like ghosts. You don't know me and now you both know. And I'm dealing my past like old man Logan. Had to fade away on my son, the new old and I ain't wasting no motion. I got me a new slogan. I don't think you ever know me and you'll never love a bitch more than a nigga wanna win. Romy Rom says hold the butter. Big Drake in my lap. It's a light skin summer till she baby boy. Bob Johnson butter while sitting in the garden like Jody mother. And these moments I feel younger again. With this him, my birthday coming again. And these moments I be coming alive. I know you don't get it, but I want you to try. And these moments I be feeling the mortal. What Yeezy taught me is not what he taught you. Women in love, women and kids in love. You ain't picture the pump, we can't put you in the soil. So am I, speaking from my sober mind. Now I need my So am I, speaking from my sober mind. You know I do overtime. Now I need my G.O.D. Said she wanna smoke with the G.O.D. Yeah. G.O.D. Said she wanna smoke with the G.O.D. Yeah. Sober mind, speaking from my sober mind. You know I do overtime. Yeah. My own savior. I'll be my own savior. I'll be my own savior. When your best thing. A girl talking no sassy issues to get the thing showing, have to get Uncle Sam doing nasty licks just for your last net, last you rich. On this stage to do classic shit, cut your body in half for a magic trick. I shouldn't be alive with some magic shit. I'm carrying around half out the casket, bitch. Wearing all white looking godly the nigga. The streets is asking for a body, my nigga. Just getting warm like Psyche, my nigga. I got the bounce like Bikey, my nigga. Smoking my shit from the top of the mountain, white nigga. Police, they got me surrounded. Save yourself, I'm my own savior. Just soft land that I'm my own later. I make no head like Charles Dev. I don't fuck with bras, they got bad behavior. You a pop fan, big hater. What's the queen making to the king making? You ain't kings make queens, I'm a king, baby. But you independent, do your thing, baby. Black man, I love you and you are free. But I was a nigga from blood and the leaves. Passport bro with a bitch overseas. Purpose is first, ain't no bitch over me. Own your shit cause you don't own me. Not built this bitch, now you owe me. What? Still know what the fuck I'm about. Lil Saint, Lil Rain, Lil Wayne, and Drought, Jerome in the couch. Fuck your couch. I know that's babe, but the shit ain't Ralph. Be my I've been stressed out. Villain errors and demon times, the storylines get fleshed out. Yo, holding grudges like a bird when I chirp. Shorty chirp bad, run off on the plug. Nah, you can't get your run. It was cold outside, now it's chinchillas when it's chilly. Niggas see my ex wallowing in pain. I feel like Gilly, nigga. Really, nigga. Spirit never wane. Touch a milli, nigga, on my bullshit. Beard lush like a Philly, nigga. Need a bitch to leave me. Tell her please believe peace to the gods when the gods be eating. All my dogs are eating better guard and shit like the garden eating. Yeah, I swear it's like a gun charge when you catch the meaning. Did you? Yo, I think you pussy should stay together. All y'all eat a dick forever. I need a bitch be my bitch forever. Once we get together, when we get together, need better options. What's left forever? All your numbers, this oldest spreader cook falling off the bone. I still made it home. But you need you, I could make it on my own. I said, long little. Long little, long little. These niggas can't hold me back. These niggas can't hold me back. Long little, long little, long little, long little king. These niggas can't hold me back. They got money, but we got love. They got armies, but we got love. They got money, but we got love. They got money, but these niggas can't hold me back. These niggas can't. Yeah. Bro nigga activity. Bro nigga activity. Chillin' with you hoes is a bro nigga activity. Bro nigga activity. Picking up the phone in my forte. I'm a big fan of the hallways. Dropping it off and topping it off. She ain't got poor taste. Okay, but it tastes like Hallway. I'm in a 3-piece suit like John Forte. Got the powder waiting for it all day. Private ass, I don't do the foreplay. When I never made it, if I listen to you. Put you on my team, get vision so you couldn't find out what I was living through you. Then one nigga gotta give it to you. Singing that I look different so you. I'm getting to it, it's getting to you up right now. But y'all, I'm picking the phone, I'm picking up passion. Little bitch with the action, I told her I'm rapping. I say that I'm him, get a better reaction. My only problem is I love too much. Not hearing you talking, I'm holding you up. Level it up, past the boyfriend shit. The finest hoes or some girlfriend shit. Talk shit like a superpower. The room's warm and include the flowers. Sort broke, bitch, I can't be around it. 9 p.m. like the guide hour. Drop it off at the guide hour. She wanna drop it off, she getting top dog. Savage hoes winning dog cut. Picking up the phone in my 14. I'm a big fan of the hallways. Dropping it off and topping it off. She ain't got poor taste. Okay, I bother beating her shit. Bother beating her shit. Keep it drink close, but I'm beating since pussy contract. Never cheated her shit. Birds out, drill like that. Every night when they singing the track, come get this money, come get this from me. Don't waste your 20s, come get it. Bustin' down by 9 p.m. By 1 a.m. She get fist for 20s. Break this money, come get this money. Got pussy waiting on me in a different country. Phone, I'm picking my Ashley. Little bitch with the action. I told her I'm rapping. Saying I'm him, get a better reaction. On that time, didn't know that shit. Don't cover up nothing, maybe post that shit. Don't know your last name, I'm way too proud. Toy boy, broke, we're proud. Words out, drill like that. Every night when they singing the track. Smash mine and do me more BS. Got my third eye open, let the boy BS. Come get this money, come take this money. Bust it down by 9 p.m. By 1 a.m. She get a fistful of the phone, babe. I'm a big fan of the hallways. Bro nigga activity. Bro nigga activity. Chillin' with you hoes is a bro nigga activity. Bro nigga activity. Bro nigga on in my forte. I'm a big fan of the hallways. Dropping it off and topping it off. She ain't got poor taste. Okay, I bother beating her shit. Bother beating her shit. Keep a drink close, but I'm beating since it's a contract. Never cheat that shit. I'm a big fan of the hallways. Dropping it off and topping it off. She ain't got poor taste. Okay, I bother beating her shit. Bother beating her shit. Keep a drink close, but I'm beating since it's a contract. Never. One more, y'all. I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Ways. Many YNs got feminine ways. Why your song get minimum plays? Your bitch trolls made you been in my plate. Broke niggas saying shit that I hate my bro. Cause the world be fucked. It tastes how you broke. Wanted me to 1%. I pay that dudes like humble niggas. A death match like Bumble nigga. Move this work and rumble nigga. Young OG with the same OG. On your timeline trying to stay low key. Had them made now you don't know me. Matter of fact, you don't gotta know me. Wish I had the same past was I was young nigga. Neil Green my color. I know I'm the one nigga I'll be. I wish I believe you sooner things happen for a reason. I like this future. I told you my baby is not gonna salon. Cause of my baby, I'm covered in honor. Frank Sinatra, the coke goodbye. Next stage, tell Lil Mom and give you 30 days before I dropped on you. You act like I had to to drop on you. The first time I should call the cops on you. Let my Muslim boy make salad on you. Formula, make them hold loyal. Saudi Arabians pay me in oil. I ain't sacrificing to tickle your pussy. Remain the priority. The bag, the whip, hit them side orders with the wild order. Maybe a man that came with some oil. Me and Lil Mama got matching pajamas. Gucci pajamas. We in a cabana. Bust down young Tatiana. Cause of my baby, I'm covering the honor. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. Dark skin baby with the ill nine. You ain't mad at me. You mad at your father. I felt like Usher Papa's collar. Oh, yeah. Cash flow like I'm from home. When I get off emotion. Cash flow like I'm from home. Yeah. Weighing in. Drawing the blame, man. I don't run my shit, but I do give a switch in this Space Jam. I don't run my shit, but I do give a switch in this Space Jam. Don't run my shit, but I do give a switch in the Space Jam. Yeah. Matt Jugo, give scholarships out. Smoking the cookie, the Oscar, the garage, a bad one. Boost my side, 500 meds, we can swallow a project. Rah, like a dungeon dragon. License carry, nigga, pants sagging. Black G Mac, match your bitch with the wagon. Cave with chest like Ben Lamb. Let your man be a man when it costs me the wrench. Fuck you, been to give me a call when it wrench. Let that know you got the money I sent you. I cuss ass out on fucking potential. Move by frame, right while I need it, man. Worry about shit on. This is to believe me. Baby in my lap like DDG. She get ahead of herself and get a DDT. Got more shit, that's true. Tree in the shade of building, don't bear fruit. Pay my money is worth, you know, Big Daddy got proof. Last one standing, last one young, when I feel my emotions. Feel my emotions, still got motion. I move in slow motion. Bags around me, feel like an ocean. Lyrics she quoting. With the box's head, it feel like he's voguing. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. I told my bro I got one life to live, one married to 6 wives and thousands of kids. She was fun with Jane when she moved to Jersey. Plotted on me, she the new Cersei. Covered in gold like the old Cersei, but I'm done with mercy, bitch. Have mercy, never dawned on me. You want me to lose? Makes more sense when we do what you do. One last thing, go fuck yourself. No step that he sees, now accumulate wealth. Every rich nigga done been broke before. I don't toast the bosses, got smoked before. Like a D-boy down so dope no more. What I bet that shit coast to coast no more. I smack you up, I get in there with you niggas, yeah. I get in there with you niggas. Got more shit, that's true. Tree in the shade of building, don't bear fruit. And my money is worth, you know, Big Daddy got proof. Last one standing, last one young to feel my emotion. I don't feel my emotion, still got motion. I move in slow motion. The bags around me feel like an ocean. Lyrics she quoting, with the box's head, it feel like he's voguing. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. Think I'm the way in. Drawing the blank, man. I run my shit, but I do give a motherfucker switch to the Space Jam. I do give a switch to the Space Jam. What you feel is the ocean. Why? I had to go. I still love you. What's up? I hope you know. What's up? Say the truth. We were never meant to be. Sorry, I had to leave. Sorry, I had to leave. Man, power come from not giving a fuck. Oh, if I represented my baby knuck, if you buck divine, feminine touch, divine, masculine lust, being my masculine friend. I ain't doing too much. What you mean I ain't build shit? I built this whole country, leaving notes on my mirror saying, why don't you love me? Talking 50-50, should I know you was bugging. Good men aren't kings, so let me know if we fucking, let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. Say who loves you. There's no we, my nigga, there's no us, let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. Yeah, say who loves you. I don't care what you say, my nigga, that's not love. Cool with fair, and I'm fair with the truth. I said zoom, give me some wrong, I'm getting loose. Feeling wiggly as a crackhead tooth. I said, girl, don't touch nothing, just let me produce. In space you take up, them lies you make up. Young with you when you wake up, we fucking with no makeup. I do this in remembrance, I remember when, yeah. This is when I lost my innocence, 32 years to find my path. For my son, I cut the time in half. So at 16, we'll smoke our first blunt together. It's a 6-pack, yeah, baby, that it could never. I say power to the people, bitch, I'm about to be famous. Used to wanna be your nigga, used to wanna be famous. It's the kid that ain't kidding, no legs that ain't licking. You ain't clumsy like Fergie, my niggas don't stop tripping the moments that we're giving a moment and start clicking. Seem like a good time to rhyme something with bitches more effective. Fuck your shit when I brawl some friction. You don't know me no more, and don't you fucking forget, let's get it. You don't know me. I don't know you don't know me. Say who loves you. hear what you say, my nigga, that's not love. I hate you so much right now. No, you shine like a diamond cause there's diamonds in your mouth. You shine like a diamond cause I put diamonds in your mouth and I can even hear the beauty and you cussing me out. I used to want your life, but I don't need your life. I never met my wife, but yo, I love my wife. Hey, yo, I used to want a life that was better than yours. Now I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. Man, these kids be warring for nothing important. I got bitches in warring all the way on the orange. I made a kid that made my heart smile, my aura is orange. Bros are pouring, I mean Voltron phone and I say power to the people, bitch, I'm about to do maintenance. Used to wanna be your nigga, used to wanna be famous. I used to want a life that was better than yours. I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war, I'm saying. Am I a showman or what? I'm just saying, am I a showman or what? Anyway, fuck it, I wanna get into what I was saying when I did the first version of the show. So in the first version of the show, first of all,
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
I gotta find ways just to work in these sound bites. But anywho, let's go ahead and get into these my thoughts about these things that I feel, and I feel them with such part from sorry. I belched and I felt a pause coming on. Anywho, so before I started the show, it always takes me a long time, and I realized, you know what? The reason why it takes me a long time because I started thinking too hard. For the most part, I saw a video earlier, right? Where this wiry, really skinny white guy is jogging down a trail and he's being taped because there's basically a prank going on. There's a guy that's in a clown suit. He's chopping wood in the middle of the road. The first white guy runs up, he's on a trail. He says, "Oh shit, is a clown with a damn axe." And listen, I ain't gonna lie. White Brad was all of about 115 pounds. That nigga was petite. He was a petite man. He was a small man, but he was what you would call a petite man. I'll tell you something right now. If you are a petite man, you have no hope. That nigga mad. You have no hope of making it out here. You understand me? I'm joking. But anyway, so he got really afraid. Then the next white guy runs up, and the guy kind of just runs through it like, all right, well, this is kind of weird. So he just runs through it. Keeps on going. And the caption goes, fear, I think like fear takes over once you stop moving, or fear grows when you stop moving your feet. Keep this shit moving. Nietzsche said, even though me and my disciples may face various difficulties, we will, as a matter of course, attain enlightenment. I speak to them, I speak to them day in and day out, but they harbor doubt. You know what I mean? Foolish men will forget the promises they made when a crucial moment occurs. All right, I can't say the whole thing, but it's one of my favorite quotes from Nietzsche. But the point being is that life can get tough, and the world is always changing around us, and it's about, especially for the men, to really think about how are you going to be responding to that? Like what's your response to how the world is changing? So I want to get into this conversation about, I guess, tricking and the role that finances are playing moving forward, and get more into the nuances and the different, different scenarios, and opening our minds up to how the world is changing in terms of dating and what it really means. Some of this is based off of what CGA has to say. Coach Rick Adams, he has been great inspiration and very helpful, really intelligent guy. Definitely got a lot of game from watching his content, watching what he does, and also how he's managed to. So for the most part, his story is very inspiring. I think I'm so inspired by people like Anton Daniels, Kevin Samuels, Angry Man, and CGA, because these were all men who became rich later on in life, right? And as a young person, you don't understand that your life will have several acts, especially for men. Men are able to have several acts because men's value is not big. If a man can stay in shape, he's always hot. All right, he'll always be hot. Growing up and whatnot, my dad was always significantly older than me, and my dad always for the most part had the attention. I'll give you an example, right? So I think it's my son's either first birthday. Anytime my dad was at the same space as people from my son's mother's side of the family. Like, for example, she had a friend, right? I remember when I had walked away, my son's mother said, yeah, I was so embarrassed. So Autumn goes, I don't say her name. But anyway, her friend goes, where's Kassan's cute ass father? Now, mind you, at the time, the girl was dating girls and her girlfriend is there. That's not that happens too. Like, studs don't be having that much respect. Like women who be, like, studs will let you get away with a whole lot. And if you ever look at those relationships, a lot of times, unless they just built like that, it's always if they're like if the woman's opposite. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. If the woman's bisexual, especially if she done had kids and everything, she's not really a strict lesbian. She doesn't really respect that stud the way she does a man. So a lot of times what will always happen is, and if you're an attractive man, you have experienced a woman having a girlfriend or being supposed to be gay, and she'll still kind of flirt with you, or she'll flirt with you, or kind of flirt with you in front of the girl. The weirdest thing ever. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and flip around a little bit. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm probably gonna have to clip this up. So a girl commented on Threads, hip hop is boring without Drake. And one of these niggas commented, what are you talking about? Mobb Deep just dropped. Prodigy passed away some years ago. Rest in peace, Prodigy. God bless the dead, right? So one half of Mobb Deep still remains. Now, Mobb Deep is one of those groups where it's based off their legacy. I'm not saying their music wasn't hot, all right? I was never a huge Mobb Deep fan, but I understand why people like Mobb Deep. I think Mobb Deep is very good at making, I guess, like that style of music. Because like someone like Prodigy, right? Someone like Prodigy, his bars and way he wrote his shit was more so good for the song. He wasn't really a bar for bar nigga. At least I never heard him that way. Maybe because I was too young. I don't know. But I never heard Prodigy that way. Also, I never knew Prodigy to really have big joints like that. Pause. I never knew Prodigy to be getting the game stimulated in a way where like he's on every record and he's able to break other artists. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about in the grand scheme of things. And when people want to have this conversation of, oh well, this is hip hop and that person's pop, those be the same people. For the most part, niggerism always holds everything back and always stops progress. And the part of that shit comes from, again, the long-term damaging effects or lasting residual effects of female leadership and a feminist mindset, right? Meaning that when, by way of baby mamaism, by way of single mother-led households, what we get is kids who only have their mother's input and their mother's teaching, and we've kind of given us enough time and space to breathe to see that, you know what, women aren't the best at leading people to victory. Because again, women are naturally emotional creatures, and also the maturity is just simply not there. That's another reason why this channel exists. But more importantly, without the father in the home, and I got this tidbit from Crimson Cure, there's no emotional regulation. There's no one to anchor the emotions of everyone, meaning that if there's no one to really problem solve, then everyone stays in a stressed out state. And mostly, if you ever grew up with just your mother in the house, or you've ever been around someone where it's just their mother in the house, mom never really seems too happy. Mom always seemed like, kind of on edge. She tired. She need money. She need thread. She need ice. All that shit, right? So what that does is create generations of people who cannot effectively problem solve, who cannot effectively process information and process logic. Like you literally will hear like I had a homeboy, right? A very intelligent person, but when it comes to certain things, right? When it comes to ideas, he will talk about it. He will hear a fact and then talk about the fact as if it's debatable. Black people also think that everything is debatable. That's what makes you a loser. One of the reasons why hip hop's gonna die is because of people who still think that, well, I want things to stay the same. I'm gonna fight the progress, moving things forward. One of the best things that ever happened to hip hop is that Drake didn't listen to niggas. If Drake would try to give y'all a boom bap album to prove that he's a really great rapper, if Drake would try to give y'all some like one really just a whole album with no singing and no R&B shit and whatnot, fam, he would never became Drake. Because he wouldn't have excelled in continuing to push boundaries with music and messing with different genres and experimenting and shit like that. That's why it's really important for men to lead themselves and understand, like, yo, you are your first leader in terms of in the physical world, depending on what you believe in, right? But you are your first leader. You have to decide for yourself, because no matter what happens, people look at it as, well, you're a man. Like, for example, I remember this guy was, I think the guy from Harley Initiated, and he was saying that a homegirl of his, this is kind of fucked up, a homegirl of his had a homegirl who thought he was attractive and wanted to meet him. And she never told him and she tells him that, well, I didn't tell you because I always see you with fat girls, so I figured you wouldn't like her. Which is really fucked up. You gotta think like you gotta think if you told a cute girl, oh, you know what? Listen, like my homeboy, do you know the one that drive the BMW? Yeah, he was asking about you, but I never told you because you always with some down bad broke ass niggas. So I figured you like down bad broke ass niggas. I was cold. You know what? One of the greatest how can I say ploys or strategies to being like manipulative that women ever came up with is feigning ignorance, or you can say plain stupid. Plain stupid and pretending to not know what you're doing, or pretending to not know like that you're dissing someone, or you're making a critique of them, because women will say that kind of stuff to you, especially when it comes to like undesirable women. Like if you ever talk about, yeah, like why he messing with her, she this and she that, a woman will say, well, that's what he like. That's not the wait, god damn, yo, every single time, every time I have a conversation with a woman, they always demonstrate, I don't pay attention to men at all. I don't know what's going on with men, but I'm still going to talk to you about it like an authority. And that's a huge problem that I always have when I talk to black women. Every black woman that I've been around for the most part, aside from maybe about 10%, if we interact on a regular basis, I have to, for the most part, program them to like not talk to me like a little nigga, or not get smart with me all the time, or not keep challenging me. And basically, what has to happen is I have to bite their ass. All right, or I have to pretty much show them you're not going to be able to, like, you can't. I can do this all day long. Okay, not only that, I'm quicker than you. I'm wittier than you. You're going to get into the realm of getting embarrassed if this keeps going. I'm going to smoke you. All right, because I'm going to stay. First of all, I'll do content. All right, I know women can talk all day, but when you start hitting a girl with facts over and over again, or you know how to go like straight forward, because again, I know how to communicate without being insulting. But let me go back to my point about what old boy said to me earlier about mob deep drops. No disrespect to people like Ransom, Lloyd Banks, right? Raekwon. I heard that Raekwon got some stuff that's out, right? Nas, niggas like that. And I got love for all them niggas. I'm not saying they whack in the slightest, but everyone has a lane. For the most part, the best analogy I can give y'all is that hip hop, excuse me, it's like a basketball team, right? We have the star players and we have the players who actually help win the game. But in hip hop is like the NBA if people made a point to become fans of people who either don't play basketball no more, or become fans of people who never actually play in the game, or become fans of people who don't actually really help win the game. All right, because when you niggas was worshiping niggas like Kendrick and Cole, and listen, I don't like Kendrick anymore, but I like Cole and everything, but to keep it a stack with you, I don't know that many J. Cole songs. And it took me a while to realize it's because J. Cole don't really got songs. Like, he got songs, but I'm just saying, like, I know J. Cole most from like verses. I can't say that when I heard his albums that I felt like I need to hear this entire thing. Like most songs I like from J. Cole are songs where he's like really rapping, but they're not. But I feel those are the songs where like I just know them. I mean I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't really know J. Cole too much for like records. Like if J. Cole was to do a Tiny Desk, you ask me, all right, what records would you want to hear on a Tiny Desk? I couldn't name many records that didn't happen before 2015. You know what I mean? Like I guess like, I like Middle Child. That's dope. But I know that he put out other shit, but for some reason I didn't want to hear it. But anyway, my point being is all those guys, right? And this guy got offended that I said, yo, the kind of niggas that be online responding to the conversation about hip hop being dry without Drake. What they're basically saying is that basically the star players in the game don't matter. So that's basically like saying that the Warriors don't need Steph Curry. That's pretty much that be these niggas' argument. The Warriors can win without Steph Curry. So what? Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm saying, like, could you imagine someone trying to convince you that Steph Curry is not one of the greatest ball players in the league right now or ever? Like imagine someone trying to convince you of that. I'm not even that into sports, and I understand that. Yo, his name is not up there for no reason. He's worth for no reason. Like, you understand? But that's what hip hop is. Where you look at someone like Drake and try to convince me that basically he's irrelevant and no one likes him, but he's still the most streamed. Not only that, your argument is also because he's pop. But what are you talking about? Like, these terms don't even mean shit no more. What's up, man? You got a question? What's up? Levi, you don't have... Anyway, so after that, he started hitting me with some ad hominem attacks, and then one night I said, "Who you calling broke?" This and that. He said to me that I couldn't fill up a cafeteria full of people. I'm like, first and foremost, Havoc will have a hard time filling up a cafeteria full of people. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I want to also make this comment too about you niggas and you weak niggas. And for the most part, I can tell you must be one of the broke ass niggas I'm talking about. Cause I said, listen, only niggas who ride the bus and broke niggas really be caring about this music. And for the most part, it was always broke nigga music. It was always that. If you really think about it, like, who's listening to this? Who's keeping up with this music? Niggas with book bags. Niggas with book bags is listening to the new Mobb Deep. All right, I ain't saying I won't give it a chance, but nigga, it's a 90s group. What the fuck you talking about? But bigger than that, one of the reasons why I don't want to hear this shit, I don't want to hear Raekwon. I don't want, because these niggas all still rap like, nah, mind you, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't heard the Banks and Ransom shit. I've been wanting to hear it, but the reason why these people will fall off is because they don't keep updating their sound every couple of years. And what can happen is, I never understood why. I don't dislike Raekwon, but I had to grow up to be able to even, pardon me, appreciate what Raekwon does. And because I can understand the context of an artist more, and I can come to appreciate. Appreciation is way different than actual enjoyment. This is music. You're supposed to enjoy the music. These niggas want to convince me for the sake of supporting losing this, or supporting a loser, or supporting something that's poor performing. Because at the end of the day, it's keeping it stacked with you. That kind of music underperforms every time. It's been underperforming since it's been out. Like, Mobb Deep's music has never been like a household name. Like, I'm like, no, that's never been a thing. Mobb Deep has never been getting nobody hot. Like, the label didn't say, yo, I got this new artist and everything. He needs a feature. Who we gonna call? We call him Prodigy. No, that's not what happened. Niggas like Prodigy. I'm not saying that he not respected. Rest in peace to Prodigy. But that's a difference in someone like Jay. Someone like a Kanye. Someone like, at the time, of Cameron. Someone like Nelly. Someone like Ludacris. Someone like if you had one of those kind of artists on your record, that made a big difference back then. But bigger than that, I had to tell old boy, bro, y'all niggas got baby mama energy. Nigga, you writing paragraphs to a man. Stay on subject. Stop conflating things. At the end of the day, the point was that if we don't have the nigga who stimulates the ecosystem, meaning that the person who puts the fire out and collaborates, it's when the collaborations go on between the top artists. Like, for example, the game, even now, right? If Hove, even though, again, I'm an old nigga, it's really hard for me to accept that Hove is not gonna rap no more. More than likely, right? But now, again, Hove probably one of the only old niggas that if Hove just decided, yo, I'm hopping on mad record. You know what's funny about that shit is that at any given time, Jay could do that. Jay could decide, I'm gonna just hop on mad records, and them shits will be hot. Because you know why? Because Jay kept updating his flow. Jay don't rap the same as he did in 2013. Jay keeps getting nicer, keeps getting better, and that's really the key to it. But not only that, he kept making his rhyming more functional, to where it sounds good and you can play it in this year. Like, when he did a record with Future all them years ago, even though the flow was a tiny bit awkward, but it was still a dope record, and it was still a dope sound. It was dope to hear Jay-Z and Future on the same record, or hear Jay, or even the Carter's record with Jay and Beyonce, right? It's a good record. For example, what's the Apeshit record, which is a Migos record. The reason why it's so good is because the Migos understand functional music that you can actually play. And that's the way in which down south artists really lapped the up north artists and just the rest of the world, because what they started doing was making music that really worked. Those flows and cadences work. Once you can accept that, you can understand how to improve the sound of your own music. You know what I mean? And for the most part, when I want to be inspired for flows, I'm listening to Midwest niggas and down south niggas. You know what I mean? Some Freddie Gibbs, some Gunna. I'm trying to get a Gunna and Baby, you know, cause I really like how they flow. I thought they flowed a little bit. The niggas who flow good, they kind of do the same flows to me over and over again. Cause sometimes you can kind of be overflowing. I might have overflowing. It won't stop. It can't stop. Bad boy, baby.
Bitch, shut the fuck up in 2020.
Levi, I might need some more caffeine. It's not enough. All right, let's get to our first topic, man. I want to do some reactions real quick. We're gonna run through them and try to make them all really quick. Let's see what we come up with. So this is Neon shows Gilbert Arenas the clip of him dancing with Jordan Pauline. Gilbert keeps it real, saying, sometimes to get your confidence up, you need a few little. He said, "You see, what you say? You need a few little ones you can run through." I'll say it again, because this is an awkward sentence. Sometimes to get your confidence up, you need a few little ones to run through. All right, so here we go.
You know what I'm saying? You see how happy I was?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
So what happened after?
Nothing? I ended the stream.
Oh yeah. I'll bring it back, yo. My bad, yo. I'll bring it back.
You know what I'm saying? You see how?
I'll bring it back. So anyway, difficulties. Neon shows Gilbert Arenas the clip of him dancing with Jordan Pauline. Gilbert keeps it real, saying sometimes to get your confidence up, you need a few little ones you can run through. It's nasty work, King.
Happy I was?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
So what happened after?
Nothing? I ended the stream and went home.
Not the hands with the hips.
You ever heard of Backpage?
No.
Probably too young for that. You ever heard of Instagram?
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like,
It's kind of the same. Sometimes,
Get up.
You know, to get your confidence up. I'm saying to get your confidence level up, you need a few little holes that you can just run through.
Okay.
Right? It's like you got the game and then you got practice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
Why you start like that? You know what I'm saying?
You see how happy I...
Listen, the reason why I like showing y'all some Neon clips is because you get motivated. You understand? Because if someone like Neon could find his place in the world, he don't got nothing that women like except for money and that camera, bro. That camera. But for me, when I see him doing this thing right, what I see is, excuse me, the world is changing, and we got to realize that. Listen, when at the end of the day, his phenotype when it comes to men is like the left leaning, you know, anti-violence, no gun in the home having, you know what I'm saying? His testicles ain't dropped yet. He's that type of dude. You know what I mean? The kind of guy that doesn't really have any. He's not intimidating. Men. It's hard for men to be attractive when there's no danger to them. Like, men having size automatically makes you think, all right, they could be dangerous. Men having a certain frame, right, just carry themselves a certain kind of way. He doesn't have any of that going on, right? But I'm also speaking to what Gilbert is also saying in terms of confidence. Confidence is extremely important. Now, I understand you've heard that before, and I'm sure it makes sense to you. But let me delve deeper into what that means. So confidence meaning the belief in yourself, how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself. That has a huge impact on what you think you can accomplish in this lifetime, right? How you think, and as well as your long-term thinking, right? So one of the reasons why I'm still here today and I've been able to progress my content. So if you look at my old videos, look at my videos now, the lighting is better, the video quality is better, right? The content of the content is better. But that's because I had confidence that, okay, if I keep building up my ideas, if I keep it going, some people will never get to even where they even make videos. I had StreamYard for about a good year and a half before I started actively making videos on a regular basis. It just sat there. I was just getting built every month for almost a good. I think I didn't really start making videos on a regular basis on StreamYard until about 2023. So it took me from really 2020. It took me a good 3 years to start uploading on a regular basis. I had a conversation with my homeboy the other day, and he said something to me that really inspired me. He said, when I watch your content now, you seem more confident. And I'm like, damn, I gotta make sure the confidence is shining through. So that's why faith is important, and that's why faith building activities are important. But speaking to this point when it comes to the women, this world and this society wants you to think that you should not want to have or look to have any advantage over women. But women, for the most part, only speak to trying to gain an advantage over the men or have an unfair advantage over the men. I saw a clip earlier, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm sorry. I saw a thumbnail from the dumper, and it's a video where this girl's going viral for charging guys to talk to her. It's crazy out there, fam. But anywho, so Gilbert spoke to getting some practice in. And for men, listen, one of the greatest things that ever happened is I got a lot of opportunities to have practice in life. And now that I'm an older guy, and I hear how like people be talking about having sex. Fam, even when I watch amateur stuff online, now I don't know, maybe they got a house full of kids, and it could be that they're trying to be quiet. But I'm like, man, it has never sounded that way when I was ever having relations. I'm just saying. Listen.
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
We're not good to go. But dudes need that kind of practice to have an advantage. Like, even when you see a guy, right? And when I was younger, I didn't understand this. A lot of times, if a guy had mouthpiece, if a guy had a charisma, if a guy seemed, like he seemed very cool and collected and was very confident, it was usually because he had an older brother. A lot of times, people who have older brothers and older siblings or just older cousins, but if they're around older guys, they're learning more, and they have more of, how can I say? They have a more diverse pool of information versus if you don't know anyone. Like, when you don't know people, you don't realize that you're not really worldly. Like, you don't really know shit, or you haven't done anything. It's sharing your experiences and connecting with different people that helps you have a fuller view of what life could be and what the world really is. You understand me? Leaves, come here a second. My assistant. Where he at? Levi. Levi went to sleep. Oh, man. I want to get this drink for me. I forgot he went to sleep behind me. It's cool. Whatever. So, but confidence is key. So, my bad. Going back to the whole, with the women. When it comes to women, if a guy's really confident with women, he's had someone either talking to him, giving him information, or he got a lot of opportunities to interact with women, right? And more than anything, it's mastering your anxiety and understanding your emotions. Like, for example, I understand that I'm going to get nervous. Understanding I'm going to get nervous, or understanding that sometimes I talk a little bit too fast. Sometimes I'm not speaking clear. Me understanding that I may do that makes it easier for me to correct it, like right now. Because I'll listen to my content, I'm like, damn, I want to make sure that my delivery is clear. I want to make sure that those words can hit the mic the right way. Pause. Goodness gracious, it's getting gayer and gayer as time goes on. Please forgive me for all the gayness. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'll be good. All right, here we go. But anyway, yeah. So when you deal with women, for the most part, And listen, maybe it's just handsome man's privilege, but me personally, I feel like now I have not been taking advantage of this because I have been deep in this in the trenches when it comes to what I'm doing. Because the next phase of this content is I've been saying it for the longest time. In order for it to look the way it needs to look, I have to come down at least 30 pounds. And I don't even want to even get into nothing until I get to that point. But if you are able to, you do have to allow a woman or two to be a concubine. All right, meaning that if she's smashable, let her into your life a little bit. All right, because what happens is, not gonna lie, having you a homegirl you cool with, you know what I'm saying? Because getting sex will always make you more confident. Like sex makes you more confident. You know what I'm saying a woman enjoying you and being happy to see you gonna make you more confident. But this is also going to kind of feed into the conversation that we're going to have about money a little bit later. All right. And I think that when it comes to, how can I say, when it comes to this conversation about what role that finances play, and because what we going into is more of an intense negotiation and more of an upfront negotiation. Now, a lot of guys don't realize this. Now, the best way I can put it is, shout out to CGA, men are in love, women are in business. Right? And men don't understand this until it's over. It's not until that you're breaking up. Like, for example, like we see with all these divorces, especially if they're high profile. The women never say, you know what, I'm good with what I have. Because most of the time, those girls are not broke. All right? Those girls usually have money. They usually don't need to have any kind of settlement or nothing like that. Unless y'all own things that have both y'all name on it. I think that's the only time it should be a conversation. But hey, it is what it is, right? But it's not until things go left that that she starts trying to collect. When a woman starts trying to collect some money, that's when y'all collect money or start talking about money. You start realizing like, damn, this is more of like a transaction than I thought. And it doesn't matter how good the relationship is. You will always go back to feeling like a business. And men be hurt because they don't really understand women. And they don't understand the cycles that women go through or the phases they go through. Just like kids, right? Where, like when you were a child, you had a few things that you were excited about, that you enjoyed, that you no longer do. And it may not be because it was anything wrong with it or you fell out of love with it. It could just be mostly that, yo, you just stopped doing it one day. I never forget, I was talking to my ex, right? And I think she said, and it was like she said, I said, yo, because she had this camera and she let me use it for a while, right? And so she goes, I say to her, why do you have this camera? She says, oh, because I was doing content. And, you know, it kind of like said it, because like at the time, I would talk to her about wanting to do content. And I remember the way she said it. She just like, so I'm like, well, why'd you stop doing it? She was just like, because I didn't want to do it anymore. And she kind of said it with a little bit of an attitude and like she didn't want me to ask her about it. And at that moment, I realized, and I never forgot that. And I realized, you know what? Oh, so that means that you're going to do the same thing with this relationship at some point. At some point, you're going to decide, I don't want to do this anymore. Now, commitment and long-term thinking, those are male traits and behaviors. You only learn that from being around solid men who, if they say they're going to do some shit, they're going to do it. If they say they're going to be somewhere, they're going to be there. And what I feel like a lot of women, if they don't have their father around, they don't really gain that sense of commitment where they understand, I said this is what I was going to do, so I'm going to commit to it no matter how I feel today. All right? Like, when it comes to me being a father, really anything I say I'm going to do, even when it comes to my Buddhist practice, it's never occurred to me one time that we shouldn't have our monthly discussion meeting and we should just skip a month. Now that I think that might have almost happened like one time, but on my watch, that meeting has never been skipped, or we never had to just not have it. We still had it one way or the other, whether it was Zoom or at whoever's house, but we still had it one way or another. But anywho, I'm kind of riffing, but overall though, confidence, man. So let me go ahead and get into this next. Let's get to another clip. What we got here, man? What we got? What we got? I don't like you going all the way to the bottom, man. What's going on? I want to go in order.
But you dropped Mills from your name because of me. You never said it, but that's why I think you dropped your name,
I
right?
dropped Mills off of my name just because Quilly is just when you type in Quilly, when you type in Quilly, nothing else pops up but Quilly. But when you type in Quilly Mills, other Mills pop up. Rather it be
J Mills.
J Mills. I ain't even want to say that name. We just you see how you bringing dinosaurs back to life? You understand what I'm saying? We ain't naming no rappers that ain't relevant. We can't keep.
Yo, he jumped all over that shit. He said we're not naming no rappers who not relevant. Go ahead, Quilly.
You know, you can't name drop on the joint. You feel me? Like you naming dinosaurs, bro.
But you dropped Mills from your name because of me. You never said it, but that's why I think you dropped.
Real quick, the reason why I saved this clip is because Goods, DNA, and Jay Mills are going at it right now. So I'm going to say this about Jay Mills. So the argument is about Jay Mills' resume. So if you don't know Jay Mills, now I have respect for Jay Mills. I have respect for what he's done. Jay Mills, for the most part, got one of the greatest battle rappers that we've ever known, Murder Mook, kind of started. So Jay Mills and Murder Mook battled on Smack DVD years and years ago. And that battle put Murder Mook on the map. Because this is back when, like, yo, a nigga was young and dirty, you know what I'm saying? No hairline, you understand? Young nigga. But that battle put him on the map, and it gave Mook a platform to really shine. And having his name attached to Jay Mills' name, you know, really helped. By that time, Jay Mills had been on TV, had been on Making the Band. Now, he wasn't in the show, but Jay Mills had made an appearance on Making the Band as a battle rapper. He was battling Ness. All right, so I'm not gonna play those videos right now. I could to illustrate it, but anyway, I want to give you a good idea of his background. So after around that time, he had a record called No No No, which was a sample of the Jamaican record No No No. You don't love me and I know, something like that, right? So he had a record sampling that. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. It wasn't whack, but it wasn't really like a big record like that, right? But people kind of knew who he was. If you were into the underground hip hop scene, or you happened to see that episode of Making the Band where Ness battles Jay Mills, so that's how I came to know who Jay Mills was. Now after that, based off of that encounter, because you know Diddy had Making the Band, Diddy was also on Smack, so Diddy was there for one of the Smack battles. Okay, and that was the battle with Sir Castro and Jay Mills outside of Daddy's house, and they record that joint, right? So give you an idea of Jay Mills' history. Then after that, Jay Mills went on to get with Young Money in 2008. That's back when Jay Mills had the motherfucking mohawk. I hated Mohawk Mills because I just didn't sit right with me. But anyway, so Jay Mills had a mohawk and he was on Young Money. So Jay Mills had a verse on Bedrock and a verse on Every Girl in the World. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't know why Wayne was fucking with Jay Mills like that, but hey, he saw something in him. So Jay Mills was on Young Money at the same time as Drake and Nicki. Now, you see where their careers went and where his careers went. Now, those records, right, that was back in 09 and 2010, all right? And shout out to Mills for that. Now, that was an accomplishment. The reason why we have this conversation is because in hip hop we have these subgenres and these spaces for the underachievers. I never forget seeing the video with Cassidy, right? And I'm like, man, why are they interviewing? This is what hip hop is real. Hip hop is real is a channel that mostly focuses on interviewing battle rappers and talks about battle rap stuff, and it does battle rap coverage, right? And I remember watching like an interview with Cassidy and them talking to Cassidy like Cassidy was still popping. At this time, it's like 2014, 2015. Cassidy hadn't had a record out that did anything since 2007. Like around the time, I think before his accident or after his accident. That was My Drake and My Two Step. After that, Cassidy stopped putting out joints that it was actually hitting the radio. I'm not sure what happened between him and Swiss Beats, but he wasn't like someone who was still making money in the industry or had a kind of catalog that still could be making money. And I realized, okay, this is interesting. What's happening here is The content creator has to make content, and he or she can't get big names in the industry, but what they can get is pseudo celebrities of people who used to be famous. And but with that did help to elevate his profile. You know, Cassidy, because by that time Cassidy, you know, was not really doing nothing really. You know what I mean? Every time Cassidy was going viral or he was in the internet for anything, it was mostly for some, I don't want to say anything weird, but you know, he had a remix to something to Gundam Style called the Condom Style. I'm not sure what that did, but maybe it did help his life. I don't know. And then after that, or around that time, he almost got Meek Mill to battle him in person, because he started beefing with Meek Mill. This is around the time when Meek put out Dreams and Nightmares and put out his debut album, which was in 2013. I be forgetting that was actually 2013. It wasn't 2012. It was 2013. In 2013, and that's when Meek was probably at his hottest, or around the time he was at his hottest. You understand? So he was taking advantage of that. I never forget when Cassidy came on the Breakfast Club, and I remember I was looking at his jacket. It's just 2013 that they're having this conversation. I was like, yo, that jacket he has on, that was like a trendy. It's like one of those things you see all the kids in the hood wear. You know how like it'll be certain trends or trendy jackets or garments or hats where you see like a lot of people in the hood wearing them. Like that jacket, it was the jacket that it was a thicker material, but it had like holes, like kind of like a jersey. It was like kind of a mesh. It looked kind of like mesh, but it was felt like leather, right? But that jacket was very popular in 2010, and he was wearing that shit during that interview because it's probably all he had to put on. And here he is talking about Meek Mill, at the time one of the hottest niggas in the world. But anyway, I was kind of giving you an idea of like the kind of conversations that go on in hip hop or go on in battle rap in particular. So going to Jay Mills, so basically the conversation has been about Jay Mills' resume. And yes, Jay Mills has accomplished things that other battle rappers have not accomplished. But the thing about accomplishments is niggas like Hove, like Drake, set a different bar for what success is in rap. The reality is this: if you don't have the kind of catalog that can continue to pay you over 6 figures a year, you weren't that successful. If you're not able to get phone calls to go perform anywhere, then your catalog and what you did in music was not that successful. Whereas, yeah, DNA and Goods may not have had the same opportunities they had, and also they made a point about, yo, nigga, you was on a record with like the hottest niggas in the world. Like, nigga, like how do you not make a dope record with Wayne and Nicki and Drake? That wasn't your record by yourself. Like you had a feature with the hottest nigga in the world, which they had a point. Again, we respect what you do. I respect everything Jay Mills has done and everything, but keeping it stacked, as an artist, we don't know you from no records besides that in the last 15 years. And I'm not saying I don't think he could do it. Listen, when I was younger, I like Mill stuff. I mean, I was fucking with them. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get to this next clip, man. What we got? I don't like it going back down this far, man. I'll make sure that we go in order. All right, man. We run through a few topics, man. So let's get into your Swirlers fantasy. Yo, Brad. Yo, I heard AC point this shit out. He said Brad only be fucking with Keisha when he getting a check, boy. I tell you something. If you ever see a non-black man with a black woman, especially in the media, especially if he's an attractive dude, nigga, he getting paid. All right, she basically is paying. She paying this nigga to be what? What we just saw, that is I think his name is Nick. Like, together, I think her name is Alandria and his name is Nick or Nico. So together they're Nick Alandria. Let's get into these people right here. All right, cool, great. All right, wonderful. All right, so anyway, check this out. Let's get into it, man. Y'all with me? All right, cool. Check it out.
Now this is the perfect Saturday.
Saturdays aren't for chilling. College football is on. Let me show you what a winning Saturday actually looks like. Come on.
Okay, so that's it?
Oh, Nikki Pooh, we're just getting started.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know what to expect on my first college game day experience, but now I understand why Landry is such a huge college football fan. I guess it's just that too much winning energy from DoorDash.
Black women are still.
Now this.
So I was saying, behold the biggest hustle for black women in 2025. Giving black women the divest of porn they want. No, I aren't the worst. Giving black women the divest of porn they want. If you want black women to buy into your brand, get a brand. Behold the biggest hustle for black women in 2025. I didn't mean to write that twice, but somehow it's written twice. But anyway, get a brand. AC point this out. Anytime you see these kind of couples, that niggas is always a bag in it for them. Cause listen, this right here is the fancy that they be looking for to keep the stack with you. But we'll check that shit out real quick. But let's also check out the reality of that shit. Okay, real quick before we get into the hold on before we get into any of that shit. Hold on, where it is.
It black, and she is right. Murdered prostitute Renaya Lewis said, "No African Americans, please." And she is right. No African Americans were involved in her death.
A 28-year-old Stockton woman robbed of her 29th birthday next week. Her body was found hidden in a Solano County attic this week. Her family hadn't heard from her for days before she was found dead. And today, the man accused of killing the woman and hiding her at his house faced a judge for the first time in this case.
41-year-old Douglas Shaw was arrested Tuesday at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom where he worked. Case Area 3's Danica Hill joining us live outside the Solano County Courthouse right now. So just a horrific story here, Danica, and understandably, just an emotional day in court.
Absolutely, Golston. It was hard to watch this family sit out here and witness all of this. Again, as you described, an emotional day for the family. Dozens of them filling that courtroom, all for the arraignment of Douglas Shaw. This was Shaw's first court appearance since he was arrested Tuesday at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom where he worked. Shaw, represented by a public defender, said very few words during the hearing. He's facing one count of felony murder for the death of 28-year-old Renea Lewis. Her family now calling for the maximum punishment.
My hope for him is that he get the death penalty.
Lewis's family...
You know what's crazy about this story? If you go on this channel, I never even heard of this one here. It is a very common thing. It's becoming like more of a common thing. You're hearing more and more of these stories of black women who want to get into like sex work or pseudo sex work, or they find themselves one trying to date these white guys or non-black guys, mostly because they're not black, right? And they have these horrific stories where these women actually wind up getting unalived. Like they won't just stop dealing with them; they'll unalive them. That shit is crazy. So when I say these, like the Nicolandro thing and whatnot, I always will show y'all a clip from, let's say, someone like you know, like the Nicolandro people, and then show you one of these so that you guys have an understanding of what's really going on and what these people are capable of. You know what I'm saying? Or what the kind of guys who date black, kind of white guys who date black women, the type of time they be on. I'm not saying they're all going to unalive them or nothing like that, but these guys usually be crazy. Because at the end of the day, the white guys who are in the top percent of men or considered to be attractive or have a lot going on for themselves, generally white girls are at the front of the line. Like you're competing with a lot of white women, and if he's a top percent guy, then a lot of white girls find him attractive as well. Usually, in one of those deals, there's always a supreme compromise, and usually the compromise is that the woman's going to pay, one way or the other. So what Alandria was able to do was get him a bag, so that's why he's there. All right. So anywho, I almost forgot what I came in to talk about. You know what? So I'm going to leave YouTube alone for today, I want to make sure that we don't. Hold on, I think I got one more. When I seen this shit, yo, listen, she got that boy a bag. You understand me? Got him a bag. What's this right here? This is a Sweet Green. Country man got his Bama baddie. The Ranchy Baddie Bowl is as spicy and as unexpected as Nick and Landry's connection. I think that's a little bit of a diss. At the end of the day, right? So if you were a black guy, then you see this woman and say, "Oh wow, this is a really attractive woman," especially if you're a light skinned nigga like me, right? I think it's always really interesting how women misunderstand the love they get from the person who's invested in them. They'll mistake that for I'm sorry. They think that they can let's say in a relationship, women feel like, all right, well, my husband loves me, my husband finds me attractive, or my man finds me attractive, so that means that I should be able to leave him and have the same experience. And they mostly think they'll have the same experience with other men because of the love they get from you. Now, a part of this is also black. Listen, it's kind of built in to the black community to kind of worship the black woman. All right, and a part of that worship is you can't really see the faults in someone if you worship the ground they walk on. You know what I mean? So this is also, especially if she dark skin. That's one of like the themes I feel like in the black community that we need to kind of discuss is this idea, a part of like worshiping black women, meaning that we have to always put them on a pedestal. And also, if she dark skin, it's like this because there's always this complaining about not being, how can I say, promoted more in terms of the mainstream, right? Or it's always this conversation about how, you know, y'all don't like dark skinned women, right? And what everyone has to always do is kind of like, for example, Tashina Arnold is a good example of this. Nothing's wrong with Tashina Arnold, but Tashina Arnold always had average looks. Tashina Arnold was never particularly a beautiful woman. She was like a moderately attractive woman. She was again, especially in her prime. But she was in her and Tashina Arnold. Tashina Arnold was a cute young girl. You know what I mean? She wasn't like, she's not someone that like was like it's like a classic beauty. Because as she got older and out of her prime, like you don't really see that as much anymore because again, she's not in her prime. That's the power of a woman being in her prime. Of course, now we can look back at those old Martin episodes and see, and again, I'm not saying she wasn't attractive, but I mean you can kind of see, okay, again, she's in her prime, so she's in her most attractive. But there's always been this thing about having to talk about how attractive Tashina Arnold is and calling her beautiful and going, stop it. Tashina Arnold was an attractive woman, but more importantly, she had a nice complexion, always was well put together, well dressed, and her body was mad banging at that time. Probably still is. But that's what Tashina Arnold had going on for her. People don't even be knowing that Tashina Arnold is actually multi-talented. Like, actually, that reminds me of a recent clip with Ari Lennox where, again, this culture of always complaining about dark-skinned women not getting enough love, or basically how there needs to be more positive things said about dark-skinned women rather than earning that respect. And that right there is also like the victim mindset where you make your problems other people's problems. You make your insecurities other people's problems rather than dealing with life or dealing with how things actually go in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other side of like dark skin privilege in the black community. So I almost forgot what I was here to talk about. But anyway, going back to the Ari Lennox thing. So she made, I forgot, it was like an excerpt from like some interview she was doing, or maybe it was live, I don't know. But she was like, yeah, I never liked how Martin would get on Pam, and she was the only dark skinned girl and this and that. Listen, years ago, I remember watching 30 Rock. I forget the dude's name was it Jim? I forget his name, but basically the dude who had the different hats all the time. His name should come to me. But anyway, so he was the dude who had the glasses and the hats, the fat dude who was one of the writers, right? And he was arguing with Tracy Morgan's character, and he said to him, maybe you guys are just upset because you're getting treated like everyone else. And what he was saying was that all races of people get made fun of on TV shows and movies and in media in general. And I'm saying people make racist jokes about every group of people in terms of you making jokes specifically about where they from, how they eat, what they do, how they speak, shit like that. Everyone experiences that. And in the black community, we made this thing where people are going to think what they want to think anyway. People want to say what they want to say. And what we don't realize is that you have the expectation that you can control what someone else says and thinks. Don't get me wrong. Between you and that person, you have a choice in how much you want to tolerate or what you're going to tolerate, right? But on some level, you start to get into this mindset of thinking that everyone should think like me, which also means that you want to control how other people think. And you think that they shouldn't have their own liberties and have their own thoughts and have their own feelings and opinions. And that's no good, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you don't want someone telling you what you can think. But again, that victim mindset, rather than solving your own problems, rather than achieving your human revolution, as we say in Buddhism, what you want to do is complain. And anyway, I know I'm kind of talking in circles, but I feel like on the female side, that's the thing that goes on, where there's always this complaining, and what it really is gaslighting. And what that does is condition everyone in the community to always kind of worship and uphold and tell women who aren't that pretty that they're beautiful. I mean, women, when the first times, like, I heard a girl talk about her mother being beautiful, and then when I met their mother, I'm like, bro, like your mother has one girl, her mother had she had like this condition where like something was wrong with her eye and everything, right? And I'm not talking bad about her mother, but she made a point to say my mother's really, really pretty. She's a very pretty woman. You know what I mean? And I met her mother. I'm like, her mother was not. I had another ex where like her mother was a very average looking woman. She had the nerve to be telling me how beautiful her mother is. Like, mother is not beautiful at all. At all. But listen, but that's the thing that girls do. I don't know if like non-black girls did, but black women love telling you that their mother's gorgeous. Rather than saying my mother looks so nice in this picture, or she looks beautiful in this picture, or I love this picture of her, they have to go to the extreme. All right, and, you would never see men telling the dude who has on a whack ass outfit, you know what I'm saying, that he would never see a group of guys hyping him up, telling him like giving him the ooh nigga, you wearing those Bo Jacksons, nigga. You wearing them Jordache jeans, nigga. Chuckle. Anyway, I almost kind of forgot what I came here for. Let me go ahead and refresh this shit right here, because I totally forgot that. I came here to cook Kevin McCall. A little bit more. It's a tad bit more. So, I saw, how can I describe it? I saw a post earlier, like 5 minutes ago. Hold on, here's this shit right here. Hold on, check this out. So Kevin McCall played his music, and now people are confused on why he's still not popping. So first and foremost, this is an example of the dead internet theory, where nothing on the internet is real, or nothing is believed to be real. Everything is a possible theory, or people have theories about what's really going on, right? So Kevin McCall, I guess, is playing some music, which again, never said homie wasn't talented, right? Never said that, right? But this is an example of a content creator needs to get you to click, but a content creator can start a whole like thread of thinking and influence so many people by just putting up one of these headlines. I'm going to tell you right now why he's not popping. Homie is mentally unstable. He does not understand business. He has no long-term thinking. I'm going to tell you right now, he's still the kind of nigga who come around and shit be tense. All right? Like, because nigga, he look confrontational. I had a conversation with my homeboy yesterday about dark skin privilege. And how do we get to this point where someone who has a great opportunity in life just squanders the entire thing? How does that happen? Your behaviors were never checked. No one ever checked you or ever stopped you. And what happened is you became this overly aggressive person with no emotional regulation. You have no long-term thinking. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear nothing. You had features with Chris Brown. There shouldn't be the EBT nothing. If you couldn't turn that into a whole career, nah, fam. Oh, listen, you could at least try to apologize. Niggas will never think of that. When someone ruins their career and it doesn't occur to them, yo, I needed to go do a public apology. Nigga, you done everything but publicly apologize to Chris Brown. If not for Chris Brown, niggas would have never known who you was, bro. So anyway, this clip is playing some joints and whatnot. I'm gonna play it real quick. Sound pretty groovy to me. Check it out. Somebody wrote, bro crashed out on purpose to go viral. Genius marketing. That's why I had a problem, man. My nigga, no, we're not going to do that. We're not, no. Hold on, fuck that shit.
You don't even do nothing.
I don't do nothing, bro.
What the?
You know what? Hold on, man. Where's it at? Hold on, where is it? Hey. Yeah. Some of you niggas ain't real. God damn it. We're not doing that shit. And this is a prime example of dark skin privilege. No. They referring to this nigga crashing out on a podcast, telling everyone his business, talking about he on EBT. Fam, what you on ain't my business. Your finances ain't nobody business. You are an artist. You were supposed to be there to promote your music, not cry about your shortcomings. And having a conversation about, yo, if you could have got that $25K from CB, my nigga, you did that record years ago. And I understand the nigga owe you money. I'm not saying that if he owes you money that he shouldn't pay you. But what I tell y'all, the feminist mindset, right? Lack of emotional regulation, producing these people who cannot solve their own problems. That's why he's not popping. When you get labeled difficult to work with, it's certain people in the industry, right, who get labeled difficult to work with, and some artists will make it a point to avoid that label because it will hurt them in the long run. Because they're able to think long term of, all right, if I keep burning bridges, if I make people uncomfortable to work with me and everything, I won't have a good career. And I feel like on some level, how can I say? I feel like society, and especially with black folks, we're encouraged to think that crashing out, going against the status quo, going against orders and the rules and whatnot is somehow honorable or somehow exercising freedom, but really it's insecurity. And I always feel like that shit comes from being a slave. Is that we didn't enjoy as a people freedom for so long, and now that we can say what we want to say without getting arrested for it, and be where we want to be at without getting arrested for it. Like, I guess there was a time not that long ago when listen, let's see, it's 2025, 60 years ago, the Civil Rights Act came to be. Before that, right, you could put no niggas allowed on your business. You can have an institution and say, we do not allow Negroes to attend college here. That was really a thing. That wasn't 500 years ago. That was kind of recent. Meaning, like, yo, listen, my grandmother is alive now. My grandmother was a grown woman when that whole thing was going on. She was over 18 when that whole thing was going on. No, let me see. My grandmother. No. My grandmother was 19 years old when the Civil Rights Act got signed into law and everything. So when she went down south, she would see those signs. I never forget my grandfather making this joke at the Chinese buffet, and he said, because it was nice in there and the food. Listen, I was 8 years old, so it was good to me. Like hearing the possibility of being able to eat as much Chinese food as I want, that shit blew my fucking mind. I just couldn't believe it. Like, to this day, I couldn't believe it. The food was amazing. to me at 8 years old. But my grandfather made this joke about, if this was down south, there'll be a sign right here that says no color allowed. And it's still kind of funny. It's funny. But he lived in a time where that was fresh in his mind. That wasn't something that he was a grown man seeing that shit. He was a grown man dealing with that. You understand? But anywho, but going back to the Kevin McCall thing, right? This is what I mean by, dark skinned ninjas be having a higher level of Negro credit. All right. Someone also said, sad to say, this would be a missile. I've never heard a hot joint called a missile, but he said this would be a missile if Chris Brown was singing it. Why is Ray J at the scene of every crime? Am I the only one who hears a little bit of Chris Brown in this shit? Real talk, this is actually how Chris Brown be doing all his music. So now I got a question. Did he get it from Kevin McCall? Or is Kevin McCall imitating CB? Anywho. Someone also wrote, well played, Mr. McCall. You have the people's attention now. So what people are speaking to is what someone would do if they were very smart and calculated. And for the most part, people cannot handle the fact that dark-skinned niggas are very emotional. It's easy to get a dark-skinned nigga into a dress. Okay, shout out to Tyrese. Dark-skinned, Tyrese is most famous for crying online. What more do you want from me? My Shayla. Goodness fucking gracious. Now, that nigga done cried on the Breakfast Club. And listen, I love Tyrese, but that nigga done cried a lot on TV. All right? And the part of that shit comes from people just... dark-skinned niggas have higher Negro credit. You feel me? But no, nigga, like, so I was saying, hold on, this is what I wrote. I said, dark-skinned privilege is alive and well in this comment section. So by y'all logic, that means that he has multiple baby mamas on purpose for marketing. By that logic, he got locked up and got in trouble for marketing. He also got blackballed to the point where he can't afford a haircut on purpose for marketing. Dark-skinned privilege is crazy. And yes, homie is talented, but obviously he has to work on himself as a man and get his mental health together. That's why it's important for kids to learn emotional regulation, because they become adults who can't problem solve efficiently, which leads to ruined opportunities. I'm sorry, it looks crazy messed up, but you get where I'm going with it, right? So I hope maybe this young man can kind of get it together and stop crashing out, and maybe he can take advantage of this moment, right? But probably not, because here we go. Check this out. So I'm not sure how we got here, but Kevin McCall challenges Breezy. Got Chris Brown name in his mouth. He said, I will sing his high yellow ass back to them sticks in Virginia. Let's open this up real quick. Pause. It says, Sir Nose, do you accept my challenge? He said, challenge? Oh, shit. Or do you want to wave the white R&B flag? Mario. You seen what happened to the last security guards at the real Michael Epps voice. Chris Brown tucked him tail, and he should, because I'll sing his high yellow ass back to them sticks in Virginia. I'm talking music, and y'all scared of me in that. Put y'all money where y'all... Why you spelling y'all with one L? Put y'all money where y'all... Oh, because he took a L. Ooh, I'm just saying.
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like, why are you here, bro?
He said, I'm the bishop of R&B. Show some... He said, damn, he did some bad spelling, bro. Like, you ain't got... Bro, you're not busy. Why was you rushing through, like, do your caption on Instagram? Anyway, he says, I'm the bishop of R&B. Show some reverence, little niggas. Well, there's no point in putting little niggas. All right, okay, whatever. This the Marty rap. CB going block when the pressure gets too strong. Haha. No, they know my secret. Sing little. I don't know. All right, this is nasty. I guess the point being is he's trying to challenge Chris Brown to a sing off. I'm not sure what he think he fucking doing. This is fucking crazy, bro. You can't be online crying and then and the next day be challenging anyone to a sing off. Chris Brown is on tour right now wearing light up shoulder pads. He don't gotta talk to you about nothing. You crying about your food stamps on a podcast. Chris Brown is wearing light up shoulder pads on concerts, grinding on people's baby mothers. Okay? Shit is just different. And the caption for this joint is just perfect. That shit says, laugh my ass off. Not you trying to challenge CB in singing. Get the fuck out of here. Don't piss me off. Oh man, nigga said, boy, please. He ain't saying nothing but the black off his lips. What he thought. Chris don't have time to be playing with him. Time is money. Something he don't have. Well, if that was the case, why was you crying broke on the internet with your EBT card? He must be taking the same drugs as Nicki. That's a whole thing that we gotta get into. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it here for right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and close out with this, man. Make sure I get big real quick. This is why these niggas don't be getting better. You understand? This is why they don't get better. They don't get better because they always got niggas like y'all to be able to make them feel as though what they're doing is okay, what they're doing is right, and they don't need to change anything. That man did not come out and show y'all nothing that said that he did all this to go viral. All right? That would mean that he understands marketing. That would mean that he understands how to market his music. But if he understood how to market his music, we would know him for more of his music. We know him mostly for getting locked up, having kids with Eva Marcel, or even from America's Next Top Model, and not being afford child support, and beefing with Chris Brown. That's how we know this nigga. I don't know him for nothing else. All right, and also he's on Deuces and he's on Strip. I think he's a super talented guy, but y'all be coddling these dark skinned niggas too much, right? And that's why they feel as though they can, basically play the victim. Because that's what this whole story is about. You keep talking like you were Chris Brown's victim, when you should be saying, thank goodness that someone like CB saw some potential in my music, right? And wanted to use my song. And now people know who I am. Anywho, I'm out of here, man. Subscribe to the channel. Love y'all. Peace.